Peace, y'all. Jonny Fastlane here. So, Cardi B throws shots at the Shade Room, and T-Pain says money can't buy everything. Plus, Webster adds a hip-hop slang stand to the dictionary. Let's talk hip-hop.
I be popping off at this water buffalo built bitch, fucking Angie, the owner of the Shade Room, because she know that she's not allowed to post me. So what does she do? She posts mad shit of people that she know that I'm associated with. For example, QC, right? This is the owner of one of the most successful black-owned label right now. Every artist that he got under his label are rocketing. But nah, she rather not post when he getting good accomplishments. She rather post him when he's dealing with drama, baby mama drama, or his personal life. Carisha, Young Miami, I'm really cool with her. Everybody thought that it was not gonna be successful after JT got locked up. They've been rocketing, hitting the charts, every chart they top 10. But no, y'all rather not post that. Y'all rather post some shit that's gonna set her up to get dragged in the fucking comments. Everybody that they know that I'm cool with, they always try to get them set up for people to talk shit.
Alright, so Cardi B is like straight up throwing shade, and it's not shade actually, because she is saying names, right? She's like, yo, what up with Angela, this Buffalo Bill ass bitch? Like, it's funny. Or Angelica, whatever her name is, Angelica something, right? Her last name is like really hard to pronounce, but it's the owner of the Shade Room, right? The Shade Room has been around since 2014, and this chick Angelica is like really big into like celebrity gossip or whatever like that, right? So the Shade Room is their own blog, but most of the stuff they post is like on Instagram and stuff like that. I mean, y'all know the Shade Room. Everybody that I'm talking to, if y'all are watching this video, you probably follow the Shade Room on Instagram, right? Funny stuff, man. So she's calling her a water buffalo bill ass bitch, right? To me, she just looks like a regular black girl, but I feel you. So she's basically, so Cardi B is upset, right? So she's saying a lot here, right, in this clip. So Cardi B is saying that QC, right, which is the CEO of Quality Control, right? His name is P, right? Just the letter P, right? So, so he's saying that she's saying that QC is like the owner of one of the hottest black-owned record labels, but the Shade Room, they don't talk about his accomplishments. They don't talk about how successful he is. But every time he has beef with like his baby moms, you know, they'll talk about that, the drama side of it. Coach K is also one of the CEOs of Quality Control. And Cardi B is right. So QC is hugely successful. They got the City Girls on there, and that's why she brought up Young Miami and JT, saying that once JT got locked up, people thought that Young Miami and the City Girls would be finished, but they still rocking, and Young Miami is out here holding it down, right? They got the Migos on there. They got Offset as a solo artist, Quavo as a solo artist, Takeoff as a solo artist. They got Cardi B. They got Stefflon Don. They got Lil Baby. They got like mad artists over there, and everybody is super successful on Quality Control, right? So what she's saying is that since the Shade Room is not allowed to post her, and I don't know why the Shade Room is not allowed to post Cardi B, but then again, you know, maybe the record label said don't post her because y'all keep posting negative stuff. And I remember also like one time, you know, this has nothing to do with the Shade Room, but one time Academics had stopped posting Meek Mill for a little while. So maybe it's like that. Like this is a specific personal situation between Cardi B and the Shade Room, right? So the Shade Room can't post her. So what she's saying is that now the Shade Room is busy posting a bunch of negative stuff about people that are in Cardi B's circle, right? So every time she turns around, she sees them talking about some fake news about P from Quality Control, or some you know, shady news about, you know, the City Girls and how they're not going to be successful because JT's not around, right? But the thing that sparked like this whole rant on Instagram was lit because she posted this and then deleted it mad quick. But of course, you know, nothing's never deleted, right? So the thing that really sparked this whole thing was because the Shade Room reposted a story about Offset that came out yesterday from TMZ, right? So like last year, Offset got arrested. He got pulled over in Atlanta, and he had like a couple guns on him. and a bunch of cash, like $107,000 worth of cash, right? But he's a rapper, and who knows what he was doing. But the thing is that he had like 3 guns on him or something like that. And I think Offset is already a felon. So in the state of Georgia, you're not allowed to have guns if you're a felon, right? So you can have guns, you could just go to the store, because Georgia is a lot more like lenient than like here in New York. In New York, you got to go through this and that and that and this to buy a gun. But places like Pennsylvania or Virginia or Georgia, you can pretty much, as long as you have a valid driver's license, roll up in any gun store and buy a gun, right? So Offset, though, can't legally own a gun because of his criminal history. So they found the guns, they arrested him. Of course, he posted bail, but this was a while ago, right? And so the trial has kind of just been like dragging on and getting pushed back, right? So Offset hasn't been officially indicted in this, and he hasn't even officially gone to trial in this, right? So basically TMZ was posting like an update of the case and what was going on about it. And the Shade Room just basically reposted it, because that's what they do, right? So the Shade Room, they'll go out and find like news from, you know, the source themselves. They'll find news from, you know, Cardi B. They'll find news from Kodak Black or T.I. or whatever like that. But they won't. Sometimes they'll just go on TMZ, and if TMZ is talking hip-hop stuff, you know, they'll just pull down the story and say, oh, TMZ said blah, 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 right? So that's what Cardi B was kind of upset about, right? But then Cardi B goes on to like rant about more than just like Angelica and them posting, you know, Offset.
Motherfuckers want to post on their story like, yeah, we do post positive shit about you. Every shit that you posted on your story about me and my nigga, this fake positive shit that y'all claim y'all posted about me, was a year ago. When y'all wasn't on this hate Cardi campaign, when y'all wasn't getting fucking paid to smear my fucking name and shit. So don't come with that bullshit like if I'm fucking dumb or I'm popping off my mouth for no reason. What positive shit have you posted about me or my nigga this year? Nothing at all. So stop with the shit. Or anybody that I'm associated with. All you do is try to get them dragged. So stop it, bitch.
The reason why I like Cardi B is because she like speaks her mind and she doesn't really hold her tongue, right? But this is dead ass personal. Like, this is a personal situation, right? So then she even goes on further to like kind of like say like blogs are, you know, perpetuating, you know, negativity. And, you know, she's saying that it's kind of messed up how like all the blogs fueled that beef between Kodak Black and T.I. when the beef between them should have been over, but the blogs kept egging it on and egging it on. Like, I hear what you're saying. And like, so a lot of blogs, they kind of took that personally. And that is the part of the whole, you know, rant that she put out, that they focusing on trying to defend themselves like, oh, hey, blogs aren't the reason why XYZ and things like that. But it's just that Cardi B, when she gets going, she gets going. So, you know, you can't really take that part personal, right? She has a specific problem with one specific blog, and then she goes on to say other stuff and generalize her issues with, you know, blogs in general, right? And that's her feeling, and I get it, that's cool, right? But not every blog was saying, oh yeah, T.I. versus Kodak, T.I. versus Kodak. Other certain blogs, like me, for example, I was saying like, T.I. just needs to sit down and not even give Kodak his energy. You know, if y'all gonna talk about it on music, that's one thing, but y'all don't need to be going back and forth. T.I. is way too old and too mature to be going at a Kodak Black who's like 17 years younger than him, right? I said that, and y'all could go back and listen to it, right? But a lot of people kind of got offended about what she said about the blogs and stuff like that. And I get it, right? But more so, I think that she was just trying to use that situation as an example of how society as a whole kind of gravitates more towards like negativity, right? So if there's a video about a family, you know, having a picnic, that might not get so many clicks. Or if there's a video of a family fighting another family during a family reunion, right? Everybody's gonna click on that. People are gonna be laughing, watching, you know, the woman fall down, watching their wig come off. I mean, it's funny. Or you could just watch a video of a family at a picnic just having a good old Sunday, you know? And I think that's just human nature, right? I don't think that it's sad. I don't think that, you know, people are evil, inherently evil because they like to be drawn towards that kind of thing. I just think that that's what it is. I mean, think about when you were in grade school and there was going to be a fight, because, you know, it's not a fight, it's a tussle, it's a scuffle, but there's going to be a fight after school at 3 o'clock? Didn't everybody wait outside? And if they start fighting, didn't everybody, like, all the kids run towards that situation? It's just because, and when you're a kid, you don't really think so consciously like, oh, I'm gonna go over there and watch that fight, or I'm doing this. You just kind of, especially a 10-year-old, you act off emotions, right? And so I think that just naturally as a human, we're drawn towards stuff like that. I mean, we're still humans, we're still animals, you know? So I get what Cardi B is saying. She has an issue with a specific, blog. Then she drags other blogs into it, but that's cool. I fucks with Cardi B anyway. You know what I'm saying? But let me know what y'all think about this. Do y'all think that the Shade Room only posts like negative comments on certain artists, or do you think that the Shade Room is biased?
My brother just died February 5th, bro. And this man just told me I let my brother die because of the hospital bill. After I paid $2.2 million to the hospital. And he told me that if I would have paid more money, then my brother would still be alive. Money don't fix everything, bro. You're putting too much power into money. Why would you think that's possible? Nigga don't even know how my brother died. I paid $2.2 million. He got out the hospital, was living his life. He had just got back to walking. He was walking on his walker in my mama's house. He slipped up, his leg gave out, and he hit his head on the fucking kitchen counter, and his brain started bleeding, and he went brain dead, and then he died. How can money fix that, my nigga? If money could fix it like that, all my family be alive. My grandmas, my great-grandma. Nigga, then what the fuck are you talking about? If I could just throw money at a health issue and it'd be fixed? Nigga, everybody's alive. And we living forever.
Yo, T-Pain is talking like straight up facts, right? So he's basically like responding to a fan, right? And so I see why the fan would even say this, because we live in the real world, and I mean everybody lives in the real world, right? But we live, by the average American citizen, middle class. Some niggas are broke, some niggas have a little bit more money than middle class, but we live like a regular life, right? And then you have super filthy rich like the average person would never know what it feels like to be a millionaire, to have $1 million liquid cash in their bank account. Like the average person wouldn't know what it feels like to them. And to an average person, you might even think that being a millionaire is almost like having some kind of superpower or something like that, because with that money, so many things can be achieved. And I'm talking liquid cash. I'm not talking about your net worth. I'm not talking about if you sell that house and sell that car and liquidate that business. I'm talking about cash in your bank account. If you have $1 million, it feels like you almost can be unstoppable, right? So you got this fan who basically is saying that T-Pain is the reason why his brother died. Not that he killed his brother or anything like that, but he allowed his brother's death to occur by not, helping him out or continuing to help him out. Because if you're a millionaire, you could probably get state-of-the-art, medical attention for him or whatever the case may be, right? But at a certain point, T-Pain is right that money does not buy you happiness, right? Money cannot bring you back from the dead. Money cannot, no matter, if you have the most smartest doctor, the most successful law firm, if you are a murderer and your lawyer never lost a case at all, but you did murder this motherfucker and they have you on camera, guess what, bro? You're still going to jail no matter how much money you have. If it's time for you to die, then no matter how much money you have or how much medical attention you can give to the best doctor in the world, if that doctor can't pull you back from the depths of hell, then guess what? Your ass is going to hell. You know what I'm saying? You're going to die. You feel me? And T-Pain kind of explained that, he's like, money does not fix everything, and y'all put too much value into money, right? And I get what he's saying, right? But that's also a rich nigga saying it, right? So a millionaire, it's real easy for a millionaire to say that people put too much value into money and y'all got it messed up, right? Because if you are broke and if you are poor, right, and you need to pay your rent next month, and hey, the first is coming up in a couple days, and you do not have the money at all, your bank account is negative $52, right, and your rent is, let's say, like $800 or something like that, and you are wondering how the hell you gonna pay the rent. before you get kicked out on your ass, because then it's going to just be a whole bunch of more problems that you do not need right now, right? Like you have all your stuff here, you got your kids, you might have a pet or something like that, and you just are in a financial bind, right? And all you need is $800, right? And then you see motherfuckers buying chains and literally just throwing money like that to strippers, or balling up money. Or I saw Smoke Perk had a Audemars Patek, a Philippe Patek, and then he just like slams it on the ground like, fuck this Patek, nigga. And it was crazy. And it's like, whoa, that watch is at least $20,000, and you just slam it on the ground like, fuck this Patek, you know? And so I see what the fan is saying too, by saying, yo, bro, like, if I had that amount of money, it's not that it would buy me happiness or success, but it will help me out to the point where at least I don't have to worry about finances, right? So to be financially comfortable is something that is freedom. It feels liberating. Now, once you're financially comfortable, you still got to deal with the law. You still got to deal with, you know, the fact that, you know, police want to kill unarmed black men, whether you're homeless or a millionaire. You still got to deal with the fact that there's crime. You know, somebody might break into your shit. You might get into a car accident and get paralyzed. You know, a crazy fan, all bunch of stuff like that. Deaths in the family, everything like that. But all that stuff is easier to deal with when you got money, right? Like, I'd rather be sad and depressed in the back of a Bentley while my driver is driving me to the grocery store versus being sad and depressed on the city bus while the bus driver is driving me to the grocery store. You feel me? Like, because then it's gonna be a whole bunch of other shit. Motherfuckers sitting too close to you, people loud, people playing music, and that's why you always see fights on the bus on YouTube, because niggas is upset they on the damn bus. You know what I'm saying? But so I get both perspectives of this, and money definitely. I honestly, I side with T-Pain, and I do, you know, feel like he's talking straight facts. Money cannot buy you happiness, but it damn sure makes things a lot easier to deal with. Let me know what y'all think about this. Yo, this is crazy because I looked up Stan on Google, like in a dictionary, right? And it's a word. So the Webster's dictionary just added Stan, which is a slang hip hop word, to the dictionary. So the definition is it's a noun, and Stan is a noun, bro. And it says that it is an overzealous or obsessive fan of a particular celebrity, right? And then they use it in a sentence, and it says, he has millions of stans who are obsessed with him and call him a rap god, right? And that's funny that they use the term rap god, right? Because the rap god himself, you know, self-proclaimed rap god, Eminem is the first person who I ever heard even use the term stan, right? So, and he made it up. I think that, you know, stan comes from his song that came out like 18 years ago. Stan, I guess you could join the military now or whatever, but like Stan came out in the year 2000, right? It was one of Eminem's songs, and I mean, y'all know the song, you know, come around, you know, and, you know, he's just explaining the story about a crazy, obsessed fan named Stan who just kept like writing him until, you know, something crazy happened. So basically the whole way that the story goes is that Stan was like, Dear Slim, I wrote you, but you still ain't calling. I left my page and my home phone and my cell phone at the bottom. I sent 2 letters back in order. You must not have got them. There probably was a problem at the post office or something, you know. And then he just writes Eminem saying like, listen, man, you know, I got a daughter. Guess what I'ma name her? I'ma call her Bonnie, you know, trying to relate to him. I read about your Uncle Ronnie too. I'm sorry. You know, I had a friend who killed himself over some chick who didn't want him, you know. I'm your biggest fan. I even heard the underground shit that you did with Scam. You know, I got a room full of your posters and your pictures, man. I like the shit you did with Ruckus too. That shit was fat. You know what I'm saying? Just a chat. Hit me back. You know what I'm saying? And then that was the first verse, right? So then, you know, Eminem, Stan, you know, writes Eminem back, and he's like, you know, I wrote you, but you still ain't calling. You know, I said, you know, I wrote my address perfect at the bottom. You must not have got him. And then he's like talking to him, and every single verse that he's talking, like he gets a little bit, right, and he gets a little bit more like upset with him, right? So then, like, that's the second verse. So then the second verse basically is like, listen, man, you didn't, autograph the starter cap, for my brother, and that was messed up. You just dissed him outside the concert for Matthew. He likes you even more than I do, right? So then the third verse, Stan like gets really upset, right? And he doesn't even write a letter to Eminem at this point. He's like recording his voice on like a cassette tape, right? So this is before like social media. So, he's not recording his voice into the phone or anything like that. He has literally like a cassette tape, and he's like recording his voice, to Stan, and he was saying that he's gonna send the tape out as a package to not to Stan, to Eminem. He's gonna send the cassette tape out as a package to Eminem while he's driving in the car, right? But while he's driving in the car, he's drunk. He's got his baby moms tied up in the trunk, right? You can hear her in the background screaming, ah, ah. He's like, shut up, bitch, I'm trying to talk. I even got my girlfriend tied up in the trunk, but I ain't slit her throat, I just tied her up. See, I ain't like you, because if she suffocates, she'll suffer more, and she'll die too. Then he's like, gotta go, almost at the bridge now. Oh shit, I forgot. How am I supposed to send this shit out? And then the car just crashes into the water, right? Crazy ass obsessed fan, and his name is Stan, right? So then, the fourth verse, Eminem comes out of nowhere and he's like, dear Stan, I meant to write you, but I've just been busy. You said your girlfriend is pregnant. How far along is she? You know what I'm saying? I really didn't mean to diss you outside the concert with, here's an autograph. I wrote it on the starter cap. And it's funny because he actually used that same line when he was dissing Machine Gun Kelly, when he was like, listen, Stan, dad isn't mad. Here's an autograph for your daughter. I wrote it on the starter cap, when he was dissing Machine Gun Kelly, which was fire, right? So basically Eminem, writes this dude Stan back, right? And he's like, you just gotta calm down. And what's this shit about us meant to be together? That type of shit that make me not want us to meet each other. You really need to treat your girlfriend better. Anyway, so at the end of the song, he's like, and calm down, because I've seen some shit on the news with this guy who was crazy, and he had his girlfriend tied up pregnant in the trunk, and he's like, come to think about it, his name was you. Damn. And then he just realized like the person that was writing him like crazy was Stan, and he's writing back to Stan, and by the end of the letter he realizes like, oh shit, Stan is that same crazy guy that I seen on the news. He ain't even alive no more. Like, that's ill, right? Till this day, man, when I listen to that song, it just still gives me chills, because the way that story was crazy. And Eminem, I mean, that song is a classic, and Eminem is like one of the GOATs for that, and I can't even hold you, because his storytelling skill is just like immaculate, like on like a whole nother level, right? So anyway, Webster Dictionary, they actually are calling, like, and ever since that song came out, Stan has been used in urban slang, and people have been like, look at these stans. So now that there's social media, it even blew up even more, and like you have real stans, like, people that will fucking hack your whole social media account on behalf of their favorite rapper. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, there's mad stans out there, and Webster decided to put that in the dictionary, yo. But here's the crazy thing, like, imagine that whole Eminem story if it took place in like today's time. Like, so it wouldn't be no writing letters back and forth or nothing like that. It would be more like, you're trying to get attention of your favorite artist, and you keep on like DMing them, and they're not answering your DMs, you keep on commenting on their stuff. They're not commenting back, they're not even liking your comments, you know what I'm saying? It's like you don't exist to them, right? To the point where you just want them to hear you, and you get so frustrated, right, that like, let's say you go on live, right? Let's say you go on like IG live or something like that, you in your car, that would be like the little tape recording. Let's say you go on IG live, you got your girlfriend tied up in the trunk, and you just driving, and you're broadcasting the whole thing while you're drunk on IG live, driving to the river, to the lake, and then you crash your car in the lake, and then the whole thing goes viral. So, you know, it's not like people will see it on the news. I mean, they might, but before the news sees it, it will go viral all over the internet, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and people will be talking about it, reposting it, to the point where your favorite artist or your favorite star does end up seeing it, right? And then your favorite star realizes that that person that went viral was the same person that was all up in their DMs, all up in their comments, you know, all up at their concerts trying to just get their attention, right? I mean, like, that situation is crazy, yo. And that's what I'm saying. Like, Eminem broke that shit down so beautifully. Like, that was like before his time almost. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine if that happened today. That would be ill. But yo, I think that is cool that they're starting to like add cool like urban slangs and everything to the dictionary. But damn, yo. Let me know what y'all think about all this in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Follow me at Jonny Fastlane. That's Jonny Fastlane on Instagram and Twitter. And y'all already know what to do. Peace.